Hello all, Ruckus here. I'm working on a summary of last week's Q&A with Overlord, so my much delayed review of the boss line will be put back another week. I'm sorry if anyone was waiting for that. In the meantime, I have a few games to show off, a standard gameplay episode with a bunch of tank destroyers. Now I know last week I said I didn't give tank destroyers much of a run in Blitz. Well, it's only really true for the American line because as much as I want the E3, I want that OP frontal armor, I just know I'm going to hate the T28 and the T95. They are just too slow for my playstyle. I really do like my tanks to be maneuverable enough to react to situations as they occur. And I cannot stand the indignity of having a medium flank around behind you and park himself there while you flounder around like a beached whale. That is not often a problem though with the T25 AT. The maneuverability of this tank is fantastic. And now that it's maxed out, the crew are as good as they're going to get, I've decided I do like this vehicle. I'm going to start playing it more often. Here on Oasis Palms, I'm with Lone Road Ninja. Having both your team's top tier tanks in this back corner of the map is probably not advisable. Ninja would be better off in the valley to my right. But his presence up here is definitely holding these lower tier tanks at bay. Exchange fire with the T150. I take gun damage, but the power of the 105mm more than enough to go through his gun mantlet for full damage. We lose the PZ4 in the valley. Panther is trying to flank around behind us, but there's no way he's going to be able to climb that hill. Not with so many of my allies looking his way from spawn. Richard 33 and his Crusader pokes out for a look. There's no point in him being there. I look for the T150's Commander's Cupola, but as you can see there, no red silhouette in sniper mode means that shot will likely just clip that hill in front of him. Richard, don't do it. He pokes out again. We've got Fury in the valley. The Crusader's on 22 health. I see an opportunity for a ram kill here. Charge over the crest, clip Richard's tank from the front, pop the KV-1 in the arse, and now I want the third kill, the T150, but I make a misplay here. I pause out in the open, Ninja gets the kill, and then I get whacked. T25 AT sets me on fire. T1 on the opposite side of the map hits me as well, but luckily the IS misses. That would have finished me off. Barely get out of that one, a bit shaken, and I forget about that Panther. Oh, there he is. A rush shot, clips the ground in front of me. He is going to try and push the advantage here. He's got more HP than me, but one through the turret makes us more or less even, and now I need to finish this guy off. Take one more, but down he goes. It's 3v3. I'm gonna wait for my camo to reset before I crest this hill. And now I've got shots on the IS. T1 Heavy is spotted. And this is where you want to be in your tank destroyer. Lots of targets, none of them can see you. A good turkey shoot. He takes 2 big hits, which lets me bag the kill. And now back to the IS, who's being spotted by our 1S. Big hit, engine fire. Ah, Ninja with the kill steal. Ugh, unbelievable. Oh well. And now there's just that T25 AT left, who is announcing his presence in the cap circle. Take a risk here and crest the hill. And there he is, facing the 1S. 5 kills and 2 for Ninja. It was a good game. Into the post-game stats. A heap of medals for that one, including the Mastery Badge. 3.6k damage for myself, 1.5 for Ninja. And 13 penetrating shots from 16. 24,000 credits. And a Radley Walters medal, crucial contribution. And the Brothers in Arms. Match 2 is in my faithful old SU-152. I love this tank. I think I'm going to do a bottom tier battle episode dedicated to this thing because it performs exceptionally well in any game pretty much, so long as you can avoid getting shot at, especially in the high tier games. But anyway, here on Black Goldville, I'm with Yoshi 0234 in his Panther. He is going to rush up to the spotting position behind that rock there, which is great if you're in a decent medium. Lets you see which way the enemy is going to rush off to. I'm just waiting to see what happens here before I commit myself to one side. Some low tier stuff, Stug and the T1 Heavy coming towards the refinery. Pretty confident I can take these guys on. Come around the corner. I don't know why I tried to take that shot. That was never going to work. It was either going to hit the building, which it did, or clip the struts of that gas tank. Stug. Can I get a shot at him? Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, he's waiting. I'm firing HE here. AP probably would have gone through his front for a kill, but I'll take that 400 damage, no problem. T1's coming round. Is he looking for me? Dope. Side of the turret. HE. Boom. Our T1 Heavy up the top there is in a bit of trouble. Looks like the main enemy force has gone north into the hills. We've got one AFK tank on spawn. Yoshi's flanking round to the right. Got Heavy right at the back of the refinery, not doing much, and an SU-85 up front. So we need the guys in front to spot so I can stay back and pick apart the enemy as they appear. T20, already half dead, is my target. Still in HE. Looks like it landed on the turret. Not quite 400 damage there. I'm far enough back that I'm not being spotted, so I'm free to stay pre-aimed for my reload. And one more HE is all it takes. Tiger P's all tied up, so I swap to AP, hoping to get a side shot. And do on the turret. Good thing about these massive caliber guns is you get a lot of flexibility in the ammo types. HE is always going to do damage unless the target is really well armored. But you've also got the option to try for extra damage with your AP, even though the pen is usually low with this type of gun. Or if you're really under pressure and the opposition is high tier, you can swap to the old skill rounds for a better pen. Again, I looked for AP here, but it was the wrong move. I should have dirt that guy with HE. Too much swapping ammo types there. Back to HE. T29's in trouble. He's calling for help. Can we rescue him from the Cromwell? Yes. And Yoshi gets the SU-85. So Top Gun, third class mastery, 2.2 for myself, 1 for Yoshi. Only 7 penetrating shots, well, 7 damaging shots. 28k credits and 1.1 experience. The third and final match is in the German super heavy tank destroyer, the Jagdpanzer E100. Tier 10 battles. Words cannot express how much I hate Tier 10 battles. I think that hatred has been compounded recently by the fact that I play mainly the German super heavy tanks, E100 and this thing, and that everyone swaps immediately to heat rounds when they see you. It is super frustrating. And the game seems to troll me at high tiers for some reason. Like now. Sitting here, completely covered behind that bush. I know the Jagdpanzer E100 is a monster of a tank and has bad camo, but I get spotted and I don't get to see who spots me. Why? I was sitting there long enough that for someone to spot me, they must have stuck out from the corner, seen me, and then pulled back. So they were moving, and I wasn't moving, and I still get spotted, and I don't get to see them. Trollolol. Maybe it was that IS-8, maybe it was tank destroyers further back, who knows. But we've got a few tanks out in the open. Finish off the Tiger 2. Doc Goody ammo racks the IS-3 for full damage. Hiding here, side scrape out from the corner, but two huge hits. They were lucky hits. How did they get me from there? Campers up the back. This is going to be satisfying. Take that. So now I'm pretty pissed off, as I invariably am in tier 10 matches. So now I'm just going to rush forward and stick this huge gun in someone's face. I'm here with Doc Goody in his E100. He is pushing aggressively. We've got the enemy in a corner already. Let's see how much more damage we can eke out of this game. E100, it's got a lot of tanks focusing him. I get one into the lower plate. Trying to reverse here behind Doc Goody. 30 is in my road. Doc Goody gets the kill. Still some big guns on the enemy's team. There's a Jag Tiger and a Jag Panzer E100. IS-8 and the Jag Tiger exchange fire. Jag Tiger is low health. There's a ram kill. And a one into the IS-8. Now I can't tell whether that Jag Panzer E100 can see my commanders or that machine gun turret up on top, so I'm wiggling about here, probably confusing my teammates as to what I'm doing, but just don't want to give him an easy shot because I am potentially a one-shot kill to that guy. Put one more into the IS-8. Doc Goody lands a good one there. Game is done. I want to get a bit more damage though. Plant one into the side of the JP E100. Down goes the IS-8. And now Doc Goody's facing off against this massive thing. But I reload in time and get that kill. 3 for myself and 2 for Doc Goody. Brothers in Arms and second class mastery badge in the post game stats. 5k damage. Not huge for tier 10, but still a good result. And 7 from 7. So thanks again for watching, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.